Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. And I hope you are having a beautiful day wherever you are and whenever you are, whether you're here with me now or in another point in space and time or dimension. Welcome. Welcome. Beautiful. Well, let me know how you are today. How are you feeling in your body, in your mind? How does it feel to be here right now? Here with me in your body. Just take a moment. Yeah. Right. We start to feel things maybe that we're not paying attention to because our attention is elsewhere. But, at one point or another, our body will make that known to us that we need to turn that attention inwards, to gaze that outer sight back upon ourselves so we can address what our body is communicating to us, so we can be there for ourselves, so we can take the steps needed to care for our vibrational health. And then with that in mind, I just want to remind you that Thursday, May 11th, Double the Love Foundation's online community clinic is hosting Sonic Acupuncture with yours truly this week, and I hope that you can be there. There are very different sessions from what you experience here with me on YouTube and in Facebook. We really get into what is accurate, we get into what is blocking your flow of chi and vitality. I get very specific and very detailed with the pain patterns that are present, with the karmic patterns that are present, with the emotional patterns that are present. And I go through and I share that information with you using my clairvoyant abilities, my remote viewing abilities, my abilities to use sound to read the field and bring everything back into harmony. And the results really are fantastic. Most people come are seeking some sort of relief from whatever they're struggling with. And remember, if you're here with me every week, you hear me talk about pain, and pain is your vital life force and vitality that is not moving. So when it gets blocked or obstructed or stagnant, it can cause pain over time. And you can experience pain in a myriad of ways, not just physical. And it can reflect in all aspects of your life. And so we get that life force moving and flowing again, and you begin to experience and feel those changes. But where do you feel the changes? You feel it in your body. This is how you perceive your world, through your physical self, through your divine vehicle. And so you're perceiving life through this vehicle, but a lot of those perceptions can be distorted based on how your life force is flowing. And so we get really specific as to what's in the way, and we harmonize that. And, I can share with you that there was a gentleman who had chronic pain for over 30 years, doesn't sleep well. And after the first session, he didn't have any pain for almost 2 days and could sleep. The longest he'd slept, I think, was like he ended up sleeping like 6 hours in one night, you know, and this is someone that wakes up every hour, hour and a half. Okay, and he had no pain by the end of the session. And I hear these stories time and time again. And so if you're experiencing any sort of pain in your life, come join us. This is a community clinic. So all the sessions that the community clinic offers is at sliding scale. Okay, so it's affordable and it's accessible for everyone, and all the proceeds go to benefit the foundation, which is really lovely. I was describing it to a friend today, and one of the images that I get is, you know, we have this water source underground, right? So there's this source of water underneath, and the space of the clinic is being nourished and fed by this infinite source of water. And all who enter the space are being uplifted, nourished, and fed by this infinite source of water. You know, you can look at it the other way with light, however you want to look at it. But it's an energy that feeds everybody. It's always giving. Everyone gets to receive what they need from that space. And they walk away with some pretty amazing experiences that they share. And perhaps you will be one of them. And the door is open for you to come to that. So I do hope you join us. It is this Thursday. The link is in the description for you to register. And every month, you know, these sessions will be offered along with other featured practitioners. This month we also have Hasina Patel, who's going to be doing Akashic readings, and you will be able to sign up for that soon. But yes, it's just a great space, and I hope you join us. You know, I really believe my mission here is harmonizing the nature of oneself. So, you know, each person that comes in into that space and takes the steps to align themselves vibrationally and achieve a state of vibrational health really has a global impact on the health of the world, because we are all one being, we are all connected, we are a microcosmic reflection of the macrocosm, as above so below, as within so without, as the universe so the soul. Right? And so your presence there, and even here, but there to a much more specific degree, because it's a different space, is really where, you know, you bring that harmony into the world around you. And it's a beautiful experience, and I would love for you to be a part of it. So I hope to see you there. The link is in the description. And let's dive in with the sounds. I was tuning in a little bit before today, and it just felt like, you know, we're going to go a little bit underneath the surface. There's some emotional patterns here that I feel that we're going to dive into. Of course, you know, the sounds really dictate where we go. But yeah, and you know, I wrote about this yesterday. If you're on my email list, or you know, you get my newsletter, I send out weekly messages for the energy of the week and the energy of the upcoming month. And this week was really about going beneath, because on the surface, the waters can be susceptible to the winds and to the weather. But when we dive underneath, you know, that's where we want to go to reach that state of connectedness, of calm, of groundedness, alignment with our own heart, our higher self, whatever it is that you're feeling. We can dive underneath that state into and find peace within. So I feel that's where we're going to go. I hear my forks talking to me. This one I haven't used with you guys much. This is 216 hertz, and I'm excited to. I was listening to him just before, and this is the frequency of bees. It's within a range, right? So there's a range like from 195 to 250, they say. So this is, you know, the range of the frequency of the bees, and there's a lot of really wonderful healing modalities that involve bees. You can even sleep on top of hives and things like that, and the frequency of their buzzing has a really beneficial effect on the physiology and health of your body, specifically with pain, respiratory conditions, et cetera, et cetera. So this one was speaking to me today, so I'm really excited to share these messages. So let's dive in. So wherever you are right now, let's just pause and take a breath together, closing your eyes. Breathing into the center of the heart. Allowing that life force and chi and vitality to come in through the center of the chest. There's an acupuncture point there. So just allow that portal to open and receive that life force as you inhale to the center of the chest. There you go. Beautiful. Feel how that feels here once you made that slight shift in your awareness with your breath. There you go. Beautiful. And see if you can open up to receive even a little bit more deeply that life force and vitality. There's no effort. There's no effort. We're not going beyond any edges here. We're just opening up to a place that's comfortable and optimal so you can receive the most light and life force into yourself. There you go. Beautiful. So just feel how that feels here. Okay, we got some head stuff going on. So you just keep breathing and receiving, and just notice how your body responds to the sounds, maybe to the words that are coming through. Your role here today is to receive and to notice your body's response, how you feel, So I'm actually going around the head, more of the front of the head. It's almost like taking me into the third eye, and the third eye is closed. It's been closed for a long time, and I even heard the word blinded. Your third eye has been blinded. So what you think you're perceiving with your third eye, you're perceiving from an idea, almost an illusion of the third eye. Third eye has been closed for a long time, is what I keep hearing. And, you know, there's a lot of information out there about the calcification of the pineal gland and all the things that you can do to help decalcify that. And so I'll let you look into that for yourself if you resonate with that information. If perhaps you're feeling your third eye is calcified, but there is an element of that, but it's just looking like it's closed. So let's go to a time where it was open. So let's just allow ourselves to go to a time when it was last open, and notice how the body feels in this place. There's a lot of story around here that the things that you were seeing were so painful that you vowed never to see them again. So you never wanted to use that sight. So you vowed never to use your sight again. So you've had to learn to rely on other aspects of yourself, but those aspects, without that ability to see from that place, you're not getting the full picture, right? You're not getting the full picture. You're only getting parts of things. Now, it's not like your third eye isn't receiving information at all. It's still receiving it, but it's not able to perceive clearly because it's not open. It's not open. Okay. There's a lot of emotional pain around this loss of sight, loss of vision, loss of connection. I'm tracking a lot of fractures in the field around this for you. That's okay. This is what this time is about. This is why so many people are searching for ways to heal. There we go. This is a time of healing, the great healing. Okay, so I'm looking at one particular kind of fracture that's standing out. And this one has to do with loss and grief, loss of identity, loss of loved ones, however you relate to the feeling of loss. Now that energy in Chinese medicine is held in the lungs, but it can manifest in different ways. But that's the governance of the lung. We're just going to work on. And if you you know, been paying attention for the last few years, the lung has been really in the consciousness, in the forefront of people's awareness. Okay, that metal element, that ability to breathe, inspiration, to breathe in that light and that life force and bringing it down into form. So we actually are merging spirit and form with our breath. We bring it into the physical body. There we go. Yeah, so there's a lot of grief in the field here today. Loss of self, an identity keeps coming up. And there's also this loss of, in the regard to identity, when we're evolving, when we're taking those next quantum leaps within our own selves, that part of ourself that we believed ourselves to be changes, and that part fears annihilation, like an ego death, if you want to talk about it in those terms. Okay, so there's that part of you that fears losing itself. So there's a lot of different facets to loss. I'm hearing losing your keys. Okay, but what are we really losing? Okay, everything that let's talk about it in terms of energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, right? So everything it's just changing form. So what are you really losing? You're really just shape-shifting. I remember when my uncle passed away years ago. This is back in, 20 years ago now. And my cousins were really, really, really young at the time. And, I don't know how they understood death. They were really little. And I remember telling one of my cousins that he's still with us, but he's now just transformed into light, because I could see him there. And that's really what he appeared to me. So you're just changing shape. Now, being in a human body and losing a loved one, I know for me personally, it feels like I'm losing the density of them, like the physical presence of them. We're used to how their physical presence affects our physical presence. And when that's no longer there, there's this feeling of emptiness. And, those of us who have lost know how we feel that for ourselves. But if you could connect to where they are, to where they are now and how they feel now, how would that be? And even for myself, as someone who can, connect with people who've passed away and share messages and perceive them and all of that, for me and my own loss, it is very challenging. My human self has a very hard time with loss. But I've learned how to navigate that through the years. One of the things that I found to be really helpful is breath work. Another thing that I found really to be helpful is movement, or the lack thereof, whatever it is, but I allow my body to move with that energy. And then allowing myself to allow that experience to move through me, not resisting it. Not resisting it. And those three things really help me navigate through any area of my life, not just grief. But I do notice with the breath work specifically, and we're talking about the energy of the lungs, that the breath work does help move that energy a lot more quickly than if you didn't. And then, of course, acupuncture, I would highly recommend it as well, because we can help move that blocked lung qi and help bring that back into harmony and balance. There we go. There's a shift right there. So loss of self. That's coming up. Perhaps let's just feel, is there a part of you that you felt maybe you lost that you could never get back? Part of your life, maybe you've gotten on in years and you weren't able to achieve the things you wanted. Now that you're here, it's just not possible. Maybe you're grieving that. There's a loss of that. So And just feel into how you're feeling connected with loss of self or loss of dreams. How does the body register that feeling right now? And notice what happens to your breath and your body as we're going through. Okay, there's also some karmic patterns around loss. And even in utero patterns, so maybe your mother lost someone while she was pregnant with you and that affected your physiology and your nervous system and your development and your energetic connections, right? Affected your DNA. There we go. And then something around grandmothers coming up. Loss of environment. You know, how you feel about the world and what's going on in the world, and you know, things that you might be seeing in your world that you feel you are losing or that we are losing as humanity. Yeah, that one's really deep. Loss of culture, loss of history. Okay. I'm just going to sonically address a couple of acupuncture points with the sound here, just to open up the lungs a little bit more and to move this energy of loss that each of us are carrying within our energetic field to help bring that into a greater sense of flow, harmony, peace, and ease. Let's just take a breath in. Notice how the breath moves through you now. I know for me, it just felt there was really no resistance to that. I was surprised at how easy it felt to breathe. So notice your breath. There we go. There we go. And there's a lot of that connected to the womb as well. There we go. Like the pain of mother is coming through. Whether a mother has lost a child or a mother who has lost her sense of identity and self. Or a mother who feels the pain of those around her and feels other people's loss. Right? Sometimes we're most of us can feel, we're very empathic and are feeling other people's pain. So maybe the loss you're feeling is not yours, it's pain you're carrying from someone else. There we go. Just a couple more points here just to balance out that lung energy a little bit more. There we go. That one also opened up the third eye and crown, that last one. There we go. Let's just notice how your body feels here, how you're breathing. Check in with your lungs. How are they feeling? Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, dear ones, I just invite you to go about your days and notice the unfolding and how this session is showing up for you in your daily life. Okay, because as we're shape-shifting, the world is going to shift energetically as well to meet you where you're at. So pay attention to not only how you feel, but to what's showing up in your world. And that's going to give you a lot of information to, what's going on in your inner world as well. And let me know. I'd love to hear from you how this session resonated with you, what you noticed. Maybe something came up for you that you'd like to share. By all means, let me know in the comments or feel free to reach out to me. I love hearing from you. And I hope that you join us on Thursday for some sonic acupuncture. And, I have no idea where we will go. It's always based on the people who have agreed to be there. There's a soul agreement that we all share when we arrive together that has, like I said, a global impact. And we hold that energy for all those around us to shift through all space and time. And if you can't make it live, there is a replay for a limited time. So don't let that stop you. If you feel like that little, I want to try that, then do come. That means it's meant for you. So again, pay attention to your body, the messages that it's communicating with you. And if you were to follow through on that, see what the results would be. And I'd just love to hold space for you in that and help you, bring you back to harmony, flow, peace, ease, and out of pain and suffering. Okay, dear ones, thank you so much for coming together with me on this beautiful day to harmonize the nature of oneself. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Blessings.